Okay, beautiful. It looks like we are live. Doing things a little bit differently today, which means that we're not streaming straight through our events. And I can see people hopping on. Amazing. So it might take people a little bit more time to find us today, as I'm actually streaming this through Zoom rather than straight into the Facebook group. And that's because we're having technical issues with the video from yesterday. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to find us. And as we do, for those of you who are already here, I invite you to start writing in the chat. Let's do a little test in the chat and make sure that this is working for us, yeah? To see if we need to reroute directly into the Facebook group, but I think we're good. You're gonna see me looking a lot more towards my screen today. My computer's right next to me because here I just see my own face. Here I don't see your comments popping up. And sometimes they take a little bit more time to appear on the screen. Okay, beautiful. Hello, Fela darling. Hello. Was it easy to find? Was the session easy to find? As you can see, we're streaming through Zoom today, day number 2. And as you can see today, we're going for like golds and browns, even with the eyeshadow. Today I was feeling this colors or these colors. Oh, thank you, Jeanette, darling. Thank you for that beautiful comment. Okay, I think people are finding us. So we gradually build ourselves up as we're coming into these sessions, yeah? And you will notice that the deeper we get into the session and the further along we get in this week, the more activated you get by the messages that are shared. So I would love to hear from you. Were you on our session yesterday? Hello, Johanny. Yay. Hello, darling. Long time no see. It is wonderful to see you popping up. Jeanette's saying, yes, it was easy. I clicked the link from the email. Amazing. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I can see that more people are finding us. Fantastic. Welcome to day 2, ladies, and any guys that might be watching in the background, because I know every now and then there's some guys that maybe aren't commenting but are watching, because this is super valuable. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or girl or something else. This is valuable for all human beings with emotions and thoughts and beliefs that you're wanting to transform. Okay, so yesterday we were talking about what is the area in your life you want to be creating more abundance, and why do you want more inner peace? You know, what are the areas of your life where you're not experiencing inner peace, and where do you want to find more peace in your life? Yeah, so as to translate that into your inner experience, or more like create it in your inner experience to translate it outside. Yeah, because we talked about this model of the outside in and the inside out. Okay, I'm just getting used to not doing this through Facebook Live. It's a very different experience, I do have to say. And I'm going to have to flick between my 2 screens so I can see your comments. So if you comment and I don't see it and I don't read it out, I can only see 4 at a time when we're doing it in this format. For whatever reason, Facebook does that. So I do actually read them all afterwards. I go back through and I make sure I haven't missed anything, because I do really love to hear, you know, what your aha moments are. Share those in the chat as we're going through, what thoughts are coming up for you, what your point of focus is, etc. So those of you, hello, Ela, darling. Oh, we've got lots of members of the school joining us. I love that. For those of you who were on the session yesterday, I'd like you to pop back in the chat what area of your life you are focusing on. For those of you who are coming in day 2 and it's your first session, I invite you to have a little think. Maybe it doesn't come to you straight away. Is there an area of your life in which you want to experience more peace and more abundance? It could be relationships, it could be to do with your health, with your body, with money, with finances, your career, your self-confidence. Yeah. And I invite you to notice what area in your life right now is taking you out of feeling like you're in abundance, taking you into the experience of scarcity. What area in your life is most impacting your inner peace? And that is the one that you want to really be making your priority right now. Okay. Teresa is saying hello, was able to make it both yesterday and today. From being home unwell, yes, darling, your voice on a message. Best way to be sick in bed with all of you. I love that. I love it. Giving you a squishy hug. Yeah. And this is one of the things, doing these sessions, the way that we're doing it now, it means that even if you're not well and you're in bed, you still get to join. Yeah. So we have lots of members of the school, and I just want to speak to that again, okay? For those of you who weren't on yesterday's live, this shows how powerful these sessions are, that there are members of the school who come to sessions like 3 times a week, every week. Sometimes we have 4 because we've just added on a VIP business upgrade, yeah? And they also choose to come to the free events. Okay, there were lots of members of the school in the event yesterday. There are also members here today. And the reason is because there is so much we can learn from consistency, from coming in again and again. They get to see it through the lens of being in this close-knit community of women where we all know each other. And then they get to come into the free events, yeah, and see what it's like to be in this space and this energy. So I just want to put this out there that my commitment, my investment, my passion, how I show up in this free event is exactly the same as I show up in all of my paid spaces. Yeah. So these sessions are really valuable. So it's up to you to decide to find the gold, to see the value, and to commit to yourself. Yeah. You're not committing to me. You're not committing to my message. You're committing to yourself in these sessions. So just as though lots of you said all in yesterday, yeah, because we've got the all in competition, I invite you in today's session to make that same commitment to yourself again. Because this is where the real power of the work is that we recommit to ourselves every day. We recommit to ourselves in the micro moments where we find ourselves self-sabotaging, where we find ourselves going into programmed habits, programmed thoughts. We're recommitting to ourselves. Yeah. I didn't think this was where we were going to start today, but this is where we started. And just to something really important to say here, this is something Tony Robbins, I remember ages and ages ago, like right at the beginning of my mindset transformation, Tony Robbins was the coach that really resonated for me. Yeah. I don't follow him anymore because I feel I've really totally embodied all of his teaching, and I already am that. And so it's for me, it's always about what's the next step, what's the next level of evolution, what's the next upgrade in my inner reality. And he shared this story about one of the practices he does every single morning. And he loves to do this cold water bathing, like ice. Tony Robbins doesn't do things by halves, so I imagine the water was probably as close to freezing as possible. And he likes to submerge himself fully for I don't know how many minutes, but he submerges himself fully, the whole of his head. And he does this every day, and it's part of his morning practice. And one of the things that he does is the following. Whether or not there is a voice in his head saying, should I do it? Do I feel like doing it today? Could I leave it till tomorrow? He does not flirt with that idea or those ideas. He does not flirt with that voice in his head, and he does not allow himself to be pulled by that voice. Why? Because that is the voice of limitation. That is the voice of old programs. That's the voice of taking the easy path. And this has been a huge thing in my own journey, to have gone from where I was like 20, 21 years ago to where I am today. And has made this journey so profoundly beautiful as well, is every single day committing to my happiness for me is a non-questionable. I do not wake up in the morning and go, maybe I'll leave it till tomorrow to do the things to make sure I'm proud of myself by the end of today. Maybe today I won't focus on my happiness. Maybe today it's not that important. Just like Tony Robbins with his not flirting with that voice in his head, I do not flirt with the voices in my head that tell me to stay where is easy and yet will make me uncomfortable in the long run. Yeah. And so often what can feel like the easy thing to do in the moment. So let's say you're trying to get fit, and the easy route is to not get up when your alarm goes off in the morning and to stay in bed. You do that one morning, the end of the day, how are you going to feel about yourself? The following morning when you wake up, how are you going to feel about the yesterday you? Not great. Imagine that compounding day after day after day. Let's say you choose not to show up, you choose to take the easy path, one morning after another, after another, after another. Not only are you not going to get fitter, you're also building a perception in yourself that you're not capable, you can't do the hard things, I don't believe in myself, I don't trust myself, I can't rely on myself. Yeah. So this big thing for me over time, and if you don't take anything other than this away from today's session, a big thing for me has always been very present, top priority. I don't flirt with the voice of the easy path. I say one of two things. Either I'm going to finish today proud of my actions, or two, if I do not finish my day proud of my actions and having built a profound relationship with myself based on love, I will take radical responsibility for the things I have thought, done, and said that make me not feel proud of myself, and I will consciously choose to show up differently. If that is all that you take away from today's session, this is a deep one. Yeah. You either feel proud of yourself, or if you don't, you take radical responsibility for what you did, said, or thought to cause you to feel that way. It's not about anybody else, ever. And I actually went into the coaching before doing the admin stuff at the beginning. Okay. Let me just read your comments. I love this, Jeanette. I love it, love it, love it. So Ela, Thaddeus, Jeanette, all students in the school, Fela, both student and working in the team, my right-hand woman. Jeanette saying, I focus on expansion and abundance mindset of my experience of my projects and my everyday life. I love this for you. Okay, I'm just going to bring up my notes. So, admin stuff. Today is day 2. We are going to have bonus sessions, ladies. We are going to have some really beautiful bonus sessions. So far in the program, we have 3 official ones, and we are going to have, I reckon we're going to have 2 bonus ones. One of the bonus ones I am super excited about, as we have one of our students coming in to answer your questions, to share her experience, and to give you another person's perspective on the power of doing the inner work. Today, we're going to be focusing on how you get to become a manifestation queen. Yeah, how you get to become the conscious creator of what you are manifesting, and how you get to sit in the driving seat. And so I love that we've got a student coming in who gets to share her experience. Like it is, darling. I know Jeanette and I, we also talked about you coming in, you're on a skiing holiday, love that. But we also have other students that are open and happy to come in and share stories. Yeah. So I know that there are those of you who are playing with the idea of joining us in the school. I invite you to listen to the student stories, ask questions, get curious. Okay. Remember to enter into the competitions. I'm not going to go over that again. We spoke about it yesterday. And the last thing, we're going to set you homework. Okay. I was like, set homework, not set homework. And I was like, Rachel, the really profound transformation happens not just when you've got somebody saying the things to you and you're feeling the emotion, because maybe if you're really listening and you're feeling that energy and it's starting to build you up and you're feeling activated, is the profound transformation is when you choose to activate yourself and do it when nobody is watching. Yeah. And so this is the beauty of the homework, that you're not doing the homework for anybody else other than yourself. and it is really easy. It will take you 2 to 5 minutes, nothing. Yeah. Amanda, darling, hello. Apologies for the late arrival. Oh, it's so good to see you. Yay. So many beautiful humans on our session today. So, what is your homework? The question from yesterday, you're going to either message Fela or myself or both of us, because we are going to be your accountability buddies, and we're going to hold you to that high frequency just by you sending us that message and you knowing that we are reading your words and connecting with your story. That is already holding you to a standard of frequency of your thoughts, of your action and your words, just by sending us that, just by writing it down and knowing that somebody else is reading it, somebody else who wants to see you thrive. Yeah, because whether you're a paying or a non-paying client, I want to see you thrive. Yeah. So the first thing is two things. First thing is, what are you focusing on in your life right now? What area do you want to bring in more abundance, bring in more love, bring in more joy? What is currently impacting your inner peace? And so you are looking at how to sit with those parts of yourself. Familiarize yourself with those elements, the light and the dark, yeah, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, all the things. What area of your life are you choosing to focus on? If you want it to be short, all you need to do is say the thing. If you want to take more time and go deeper, tell us why. What are you focusing on and why? That's number one. So you've got the quick one and the deeper one. Yeah, you get to choose. The second is, what are you manifesting? What is it you're manifesting? Are you manifesting a healthy relationship? Are you manifesting a healthy relationship with yourself? Are you manifesting physical health? Are you manifesting financial abundance? You get to be really specific. The quick one is just to say the thing. So I'm manifesting 10,000 euros a month income. If you want to go deeper, then you're going to add on, who do you need to become for that to be possible? Who do you need to become for that to be possible? And this is what we're talking about today. Yeah, so you're like, I don't really understand what you mean by that. Well, you're going to have a much deeper understanding of that by the end of this session today. I'm aware of the fact that I'm not speaking really loudly. So I just want to check in. Can you give me a thumbs up that you can hear my voice? I'm noticing, for whatever reason, my voice is a little bit deeper and quieter today. Can you hear me okay? Thank you, Jeanette. Fantastic. If at any point you can't, let me know in the chat and I will put my headphones in, okay? I know that my iPhone has a really good mic, so. So who do you have to become to manifest things that you desire? I'd like you to pop in the chat. What does it mean to you right now, before we actually get our teeth into this subject? What does it mean to you when I say become a manifestation queen or a manifesting queen? Do you have like an idea? What is that? I love that today is, rather than putting a thumbs up and like a bicep. I can hear you nice and strong. Daniela just put goddess. So this is like what? Goddess energy, goddess vibes, goddess thoughts. Removal of blocks. Nice. What else? When you visualize the manifestation queen, I'd like you to see yourself as being this manifesting queen. Yeah, you're getting all of the things that you want. It's coming to you with ease. You're holding them with ease. You're sustaining them with ease, and you're attracting more of the same and more of the same. Yeah. What does that mean to you? Oh, Ila's saying, can I choose several things for the homework, or should I just mention one, focus on one? Well, Ila, because you're in the school, we've got more time to play with all the things because you know that one feeds into the other. I'm suggesting one in this space because 3, 4, 5 hours together in this event is a really short period of time when we're looking at our lives, yeah, and we're looking at who are we becoming to manifest the things that we want. Because we're in the school, or you're in the school, we get to look at all of the things and go deeper and deeper and deeper. So we can actually look at them all at the same time and see how they are all interlinked. Okay, I have a feeling that the comments are just taking a little bit of time to come up. I've noticed Francesca's come into the waiting room. Would you be able to message her on Messenger and just let her know that we're in the Facebook group? Thank you, darling. Okay. What does it mean to be a manifestation queen? I'm going to use the example of somebody in the school right now. So she is a manifesting queen. She has manifested a whole load of new coaching clients and incredible job offers and lots of really amazing opportunities. Yeah. So she's been focusing on these things that she's bringing into her life, and they are beginning to physically manifest. Yeah. And so a manifesting queen understands that the work does not stop once we get the things. For a start, let's say you are focusing on financial abundance. I want to be making easily 10, 15, 20, 100K a month. And you start to have lots of clients coming in and lots of clients appearing. When you really know how to do the manifestation work, you will see that those clients coming in are the opportunity to make that money. Yeah. And a lot of people, you might say, well, that's obvious, Rachel. That's really obvious. The thing is the following. Things will manifest in your life. You will be asking for the love, the money, the relationships, the friends, and they will be appearing in your life. But if your filter is not allowing you to see those, they can be literally right in front of you and you won't be aware that they're there. And you won't be grabbing those opportunities when they arise, because things will come up. I don't have enough time. I'm not good enough to be able to coach these people. All of these reasons, I'm not getting more coming to my mind right now, but so many reasons can come up for us that will stop us grabbing an opportunity. They're not the right clients. I can't learn here. I've got another project I'm focusing on. That's really important right now. Whatever it may be. Yeah. So there are, first off, when we are manifestation queens, not only are we manifesting things, we have our abundance mindset programmed so we are capable of seeing those opportunities when they arise. Okay. So this is the mind aspect. Part number 1 is filters are switched on to abundance so that you can see those opportunities and you're not turning your back on them. But then the next step is what gets in a lot of people's way. The next step is the following, that we think that once we have manifested the things, we just sit back, oh, I've got them now, and they're just going to stick around. And this is lottery winners, for example. This is a really good example to look at, that so many lottery winners actually end up worse off after a few years than prior to winning the lottery. And what's happened is they have not done the belief work around who they need to be, what frequency they want to be vibrating in, what thoughts they want to be having, what words they want to be speaking, what actions they want to be taking, to be able to hold that and sustain it, to believe they are worthy of it. And so lots of things will manifest. You'll hear lots of lottery winners going to court and having to pay huge sums of money for ridiculous things. Yeah. And it's everything to do with the belief work. So let's come back to this client of mine. She's manifesting all of these incredible clients, incredible opportunities, etc., etc. Now the work is the belief work, believing in oneself, holding oneself to a high standard, setting healthy boundaries with those clients, choosing prices that speak to the value of what you do, learning how to communicate that value to those clients, not accepting absolutely everybody just because all of these people are appearing. Let's say you own a business and you're like, right, I'm ready to have that financial freedom, and you have all of these opportunities arise. It doesn't mean that you're saying yes to absolutely everything. It means that you are doing the belief work to get very clear on what is it, who do you want to be working with? Who are you truly aligned to be working with? What's the sort of frequency you want around you on a regular basis? Who are the people you genuinely enjoy spending time with? Who values you at the rates that you really want to be charging? The ones that feel sexy, the ones that you're excited to charge, the ones that when a client pays you, your nervous system goes, oh, okay, nice. From one client, yeah? To be able to work at that standard is refining. What are the stories you're telling yourself about yourself? How are you projecting onto your clients, needing them to reflect back to you your worth? Yeah. And so when we're becoming manifestation queens, it's not just about you visualizing what you desire. It's also you becoming a match to it with what you believe you are capable of, what you believe that you are worthy of. The stories that you tell yourself on a consistent basis, moment to moment, day to day. So it is saying manifestation queen is staying connected every day. Yes, yes. Committed to what you want more in your life, tapping into that energy and manifesting continuously. Beautiful. I'd like you to really listen into those powerful words there. Connected, committed, continuous. Connected, committed, continuous. And I love that they all begin with C's. Because when we're manifesting, it's so easy to focus on the big things and the breakthroughs. And it's the gradual progression of the releasing of the blocks. So Amanda, you were saying this, I love it. The gradual releasing of the blocks. We're not going for a sudden awakening. If you were suddenly to go from who you are now to, let's go back to the lottery winners as an example, to having 20 million euros in your account, your nervous system is probably going to freak out. If you've not adapted your way of thinking about yourself, your self-image, and your belief systems, your nervous system will find it pretty hard to sustain that and hold it. Yeah. There are lottery winners who do well, I'm sure. I've not looked for examples, to be honest with you. There will be lottery winners that do well. I can almost guarantee that they have support teams helping them, guiding them, showing them what to do with that money and how to become the person who can hold it and make more of it, yeah, and invest it. So a manifestation queen is somebody who thinks, feels, and acts as the person who has the things. I'm going to give you an example. So I was doing a session with my coach today, and we were talking about, we're doing a social media mastery intense course at the minute. And I've been doing the manifestation work and the belief work for quite some time. And so now when she said, so how is it you want to feel with social media? How do you want to feel about selling on social media? How do you want to feel about sales coming through on social media? As I sat down and I was writing, journaling on this, it all felt so easy to create. It was fun, it was light, it was joyful. And I just literally, by answering that question within 30 seconds of writing things down, I was already getting into a frequency match with what I was writing. And so the beautiful thing when we practice the manifestation work, becoming that frequency match, knowing that we're capable of it, believing it's possible for us, we start to do it really fast. Yeah. Well, we can literally go, oh, actually, I want this to be really good fun. And I know I can do that. So I'm going to. And it's literally as easy as that. I want to be making 10 grand a month and I want it to be fun. I know I can do that. And taking aligned action from that place. I'm ready to meet the person of my dreams. And so I choose to become a frequency match to that. This gets to be fun and light. As first, it means me being 150% in my frequency before even meeting a person. I mean, I'm in a relationship, so don't get confused. Those of you who know my partner, Marcus. So once we go through the effort of learning the elements of the manifestation work, it can literally be that your coach or someone asks you a question and you start writing down exactly what the story is that you want in your life, and you become a match to it, and you become a match to it. And then manifestation starts to speed up. Yeah, you begin to think like the version of yourself that has the thing. And it just comes to you really easily. Yeah, and it starts to become a game and it starts to become fun. And the reason I wanted to share this is the following. I'm going to keep coming back to the comments. To get to that point where the manifestation work is easy and fun and light and speeds up and is just a part of who you are and how you work in the world, i.e. manifestation queen, yeah, that you get to consciously manifest the things that you want on a moment-to-moment, day-to-day basis. It requires going through the effort at the beginning. Yeah. So, for example, with the business aspect, I've been doing the belief work. I've been reprogramming my subconscious mind. I've been doing the breath work, the meditation work, the physical practices, all of the things that we do in the school. Yeah. All of the things that I like to learn through the courses I've done over the last 20 years. It required, when I first came to it with my business, there was resistance there. There were a lot of ingrained beliefs around what I was capable of, around my relationship with money, my relationship with universal abundance, which, money is a representation of that. And it required that I sit with those beliefs and I refine my story, I bring them up, I understand where the limitations are, and I work through it and through it and through it. So it's the efforts at the beginning. I like to really refer to the fitness analogies because this is really easy for us to grasp this concept. The first time you did a plank, for any of you who've done planks, how did it feel in your body? Was it easy? Probably not. The first time you did a burpee, the first time you tried to do a headstand, the first time you went for a run, or if those things were already stuff you were doing easily, something that's harder. The first time you did it was not easy. And it required that you come back to it and back to it and back to it and build your capacity to be confident doing the plank or the headstand or the handstand, to understand all of the subtle elements. Let's talk about handstand, the subtle elements of balance in a handstand. Yeah. Or standing on one leg, all of the muscles that are adjusting to hold you in place, your point of focus, your breath, all of those things. It is exactly the same with the manifestation work. If your focus is on relationships and you've got blockages there, you've got stories there, you've got limiting beliefs there, At the beginning, it's just like learning to do that plank or handstand. You're going to find that there are parts, maybe, handstand, you've got to build up wrist strength and wrist mobility. And at first it feels a little bit uncomfortable. And maybe, this is something that happened to me. I got pain in my wrists. And so I had to come back a little bit and focus on planks, focus on wrist mobility and wrist strength, understanding the fascia of my hands and my forearms, going into the chest and the shoulders before I went back to the handstands. It's the same when you're doing the manifestation work. If what you're manifesting is a healthy relationship and you go straight into kicking up to the handstand, so you go straight into diving in at the deep end with this incredible human who embodies all of the things that you want for yourself, if you're holding on to a lot of beliefs around your self-worth, how are you going to show up with this incredible light being that you're spending time with if you don't build the belief that you are worthy of receiving that level of love? What are you going to do? Yeah. And so let's say you've got this image. I know I keep coming back to relationships, but focus on whatever area your point of focus is right now. I know I've said that word a few times already. Before this light being that's coming into your life gets to be there and stay there, and you get to hold it and sustain it and enjoy it, you get to enjoy receiving that level of love, that profound and ever deepening level of love. First, you've got to be a match to it. You've got to believe you're worthy of it. You've got to notice when you show up in your life in ways that sabotage your capacity to receive love and to believe in yourself. Yeah. I want to give you really clear takeaways. This is why I'm taking a pause. I want to give you really clear takeaways because we're talking about something huge here. This is about you up-leveling and upgrading yourself and your life. Not that you're not okay already. By up-leveling and upgrading, what I actually mean is you're removing the blockages. You're removing the limitations. So you get to be more of yourself, more of what you truly are, yeah? Not the limited, fear-based, logical, rational, imprisoned version of self, the most liberated, joyful, expansive version of self in all areas of your life. This is about, there's not like one magical practice. There is not like one thing I'm going to say, just do this one thing for 5 minutes a day and you're sweet, you're done. You get a lot of that on social media, talking about abs, 5 minutes a day to abs. It doesn't work like that. You do not do 5 minutes of exercises a day and you get the perfect abs for the rest of your life forever and ever. Amen. I just realized I used the word amen there. It's not like I come from Catholic background on both sides of my family. It's a compound effect of the consistency of self-awareness on a moment-to-moment basis over a period of time. So what is the message that we're coming to here? Don't feel that you need to rush to some imaginary goal where you're going to be happy. Be happy along the way because this is a fucking magical ride. This is a beautiful ride. Life in all of its colors, including the really hard stuff. Yeah. When we lose a loved one, when a relationship breaks down, when there's a health issue, when a member of a family has been diagnosed with something, when we lose a pet, including in those moments, we get to experience both the sadness and the worries and the concerns and the beauty of the experience at the same time. All of the moments of your life get to be beautiful. This is what the manifestation work is building this unwavering, unshakable, profound and deep-rooted belief within yourself and trust within yourself of the unfolding of all of the things in your life. It's you becoming the alchemist, alchemizing your suffering into your transformation, the lead into gold, the darkness into light. Yeah. A fucking magical ride. I love it, Jeanette saying. Yeah. Fola's saying, daily gratitude practice, always being grateful for and appreciating all of the blessings and the goodness in our lives. Yes. And so just to give you like a little snippet of the work that we do in the school, so you can get an idea of all of the different directions you can look at this from. So as human beings and spiritual beings, there are many elements to self. And so my invitation to you is the following, another big takeaway from today's session. And tomorrow is going to be even more exciting. A big takeaway from today's session is understanding what yoga means. Yoga is not the physical practice of postures. Yoga means union, it means completeness, it means the whole, the recognition of the whole, the acknowledgement of the whole, the awareness of the whole of everything that you are. And so when we come to the manifestation work, we're not just focusing on your mind, we're not just focusing on your body, we're not just focusing on your soul, we're not just focusing on your energy and your frequency. We're looking at all of the elements and how they come together. And you can't rush this process. Yeah. This is why in the school people join for, like, some are joining for their second year now. We only opened up a year ago. They're already joining for their second year. Because this is a process that gets to be beautiful and it gets better and better. Yeah. When we let go of the timeline, the time that is required for us to manifest the things that we want, you will find they actually come to you a lot quicker. Yeah. You're not trying to force the outcome. So a few of the things that you will find incredibly useful, yeah? Let me just come to my list. The belief work, meditation, mindful physical practices, reprogramming your subconscious mind, self-awareness, self-observation for you to learn and to adapt. So I referred to this earlier, yeah? That you decide at the beginning of your day that you are going to show up in a way that by the end of the day you will be proud of yourself. And if you are not, you take radical responsibility for what you thought, said, and did that made you feel the way that you do, without blaming and without shaming. Without blaming, without shaming. You're not shaming yourself. There's a big difference between taking responsibility and being an asshole to yourself. Responsibility is manifestation queen. I take responsibility. I am the manifestor and the creator of my life experience. And if I showed up in a way today that I am not proud of, I take responsibility for that and I get to shift it and transform it and change it. I get to learn from it. And this is where on a day-to-day basis, we get to encounter our darkness and face our darkness fearlessly and actually have a conversation with it. Get to know your demons and you realize they're not actually demons. They're not monsters lurking around in the dark with weird masks on and horns and stuff like that smell bad and all snotty and mucusy. That's not what they are. And you will actually find that the darkness in you, the fear-based stories and thoughts and emotions, are parts of you that want the same as the light in you does. All elements of you want the same. Light and dark, all want the same outcome. And when you meet your darkness, you will begin to recognize that. That the fear in you, the scarcity, the insecurities, they also want you to be happy, and they have a belief that you need to show up in a certain way to be happy. They want you to be loved. They want you to be seen. They want you to be valued. They want you to know that you have meaning and purpose beyond yourself. Yeah, core requirements as part of our human experience. Also the darkness within you, that's what it wants. It is also motivated by lightness and love. It just understands it in a different way. So when you get to meet yourself in all of the different colors and textures and flavors, you will begin to see that, and you will lose fear of your own darkness, and you will learn to accept it, and you will learn to love it, and you will learn to, this is something I said in the school the other day, and it's deep. You do not love yourself in spite of your imperfections. You love yourself because of them. And if what you want in all of your relationships in your life is people to love you no matter what, it begins with you. It begins with you recognizing, meeting, acknowledging, accepting your darkness, and loving yourself because of it as well. I'd love to hear your aha moments as we're going through this. Keep writing in the chat. Parts of your integration of the things that we're talking about is to comment on it. Yeah, there is something about when you write a comment, it gets read out as well. It creates a dopamine surge in the body. Those of you who've been in the school for a while, you know, we talk about neurotransmitters as well. It causes a little dopamine surge in your body, which reinforces the message, which means that you are more likely to follow through on the things that you're commenting or to bring awareness to them. Yeah. I'm just going to turn these lights down a little bit. They're a wee bit too bright for me. There we go. Awesome. So, yoga, that's where we were at. This is a really important element. This is one of the things that I really desire you to take away from today. Oh, I can see things are frozen. Give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. Understanding yoga. When we recognize the whole, we acknowledge the whole, and we consciously connect with the whole. This is a huge part of manifestation. So yes, you are a physical body. You are living in a vessel. Yeah, having a deep connection with this vessel, learning to hear it and listen to it and feel it is a massive part of you manifesting the things that you desire in your life. And sometimes we avoid learning to listen to it and feel it and hear it because it's not always comfortable. Can you get comfortable sitting with the uncomfortable? This is one of the beautiful things about the physical practice, and why in the school I love to bring in the physical practice, and I invite the students to come to as many of the physical practices as possible. Because through the lens of the physical practice and connecting with the body and connecting with the breath, feeling it, hearing it, sensing it, acknowledging it, we get to sit with some of the uncomfortable feelings and be okay with it. And actually feel empowered. You know, it's like a manifestation queen isn't afraid of the uncomfortable. Yeah, this is another thing. To embody as a manifestation queen is you're not afraid of the uncomfortable feelings. And sometimes looking at how we relate to our bodies can feel a bit uncomfortable. But remember, as a manifesting queen or manifestation queen, you take radical responsibility for that. And it's beautiful. Remember, yesterday we were talking about there are these two paths. There is the easy path, where everything stays pretty much the same. If you want to stay there, fantastic, beautiful. You don't have to sit with the uncomfortable stuff. But I'm here for those of you who aren't interested in staying in that comfortable zone. who don't want to just sort of stay where it's like, yeah, life's good, yeah, it's all right. I'm here for those of you who want to get to the end of your life and go, fuck yes. That was the most incredible ride. Let's go again. I want to do it again, including the hard bits. Yeah. For those of you who are excited about building that life for yourself and being the one who is doing it. Yeah. You want to feel empowered. You want to feel that strength. You want to believe in yourself. And you know that effort is required for you to believe in yourself. Yeah. So you've got those two paths and you get to choose which one you go on. Yeah. The path of effort does not mean force. Again, we spoke about this yesterday. So if you weren't on yesterday's session, I recommend watching that replay. So body is about your health, your relationship with your body, how you treat it, how connected you are to it. Your mind, you're the one. You cannot heal the body without working through the lens of the mind. You cannot manifest the things that you want, you already know this, without working with the mind. So what is the mind? It is a mental construct. It's about your beliefs, your programs, your paradigms. Yeah. If you in the chat can describe what a paradigm is. Who can describe what a paradigm is? I'm trying to remember when we talked about paradigms last time. I think it was in our last free event. If it was, I'm challenging you to remember. This is why we want to come back to these teachings again and again. Yeah, because we're getting through the walls of our mental construct. We're breaking them down. We're getting that hammer and we're coming back to them again. If you imagine you're doing an extension on your home, that's what you're doing with your mental construct. So your mental construct is currently allowing you to live in a home this size. And what you're doing is you're getting a hammer and you're going, when you're breaking one of the walls down and you're building a bigger house. Yeah, you're expanding your capacity to see what is possible for you, to believe what is possible for you. I love this, Daniela. Paradigm, a framework or belief system. Jeanette saying moving from one phase to an upgraded one. Beautiful. So let's describe a paradigm with an analogy that I've used before. And I think I got this from a book. So I'm probably quoting it from someone. I can't remember where though. Because I read a lot, I listen to a lot, I study a lot. That's another thing. You get to really speed up your happiness and manifestation when you get excited about studying. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice to learn new things from the mindset of, yes, I get to learn new stuff. I love it. Okay, paradigm. Think of a paradigm as a roadmap that helps you to navigate the territory of a part of your life. So you will have a paradigm that helps you to navigate relationships, a paradigm that helps you to navigate money, business, work, society, community, politics, all of the things. Yeah. A paradigm is not ultimate truth. All it is doing is helping you to navigate the territory. And we often confuse our paradigms with ultimate truth, and we become stuck in that paradigm. And we don't realize that there are other maps that can lead us to treasure chests within that territory. Yeah. So if you are navigating, let's say you're focusing on finance or financial abundance, and you're using a roadmap or a paradigm that's not leading you to the treasure chests of gold, it is time to find another paradigm. Yeah. So you're like, okay, Rachel, how do I do that? You can also do this with relationships. If you're finding that your things are challenging with relationships at the minute, you want to find the gold, we're using another map, we're finding another paradigm. There are many things that we can do when it comes to paradigm work. You've got the subconscious reprogramming. You've got surrounding yourself with examples. This is why working in group format in the school, for example, is so powerful, because it's not just that I am leading by example. I invite people in and I empower them to lead themselves by example and be that for the group. Yeah. And so you get to see, oh, I'm surrounded by other women that are the example. Yeah. So get yourself into spaces where people live what you desire and learn from them. Yeah, so you've got the subconscious programming, you've got the people you surround yourself with, you've got the belief work, you've got the physical practice, you've got the meditation, you've got the pranayama, lots of other things. We've got two more, soul and energy. Yeah. So your soul, what do you think your soul is about? If you were to describe what, if we're looking at the union of body, mind, soul, what do you understand as soul? How would you work with your soul? I prefer that question. How do you work with your soul? How do you connect with your soul? Beautiful, Jeanette. Soul is the essence of myself and the universe. Let's make soul tangible. Can you make it tangible as to how you can connect with the experience of your soul? How can you make it something that makes sense to the human part of you? I love how a lot of the answers are coming from students. Those of you who aren't students in the school, I want to hear you. There is no wrong answer. Ila's saying, I think soul is energy, something beyond my thoughts, something that connects me with the rest of the universe. Amanda's saying soul, the I am that I am. Daniela is saying soul, our essence. How would I work with my soul? Listening to my intuition instead of my instincts. This can be confusing. By finding stillness, not just physical, one can listen to our best guide, our higher self, our soul. Okay, beautiful. Lots of really gorgeous answers. Keep bringing them in as well. Think of soul as that feeling within you to find a meaning to your existence. It is almost like, let's say, you're going through a period in your life where you are not focusing on meaning and purpose, and you're feeling uncomfortable. That is your soul tapping you on the shoulder saying, That's the Mexican. Lived in Mexico for 6 years. That's the Mexican part of me. That is your soul going, excuse me, what about your reason for being here? Like purpose and meaning beyond self. So when we allow ourselves to sit with, what is it you are here for? When you leave this existence and you look back on the human experience you chose to live and create, what is it you choose to leave with? Well, you're not that you're leaving with something. What is the experience you choose to leave with? What do you want to have done? What is the legacy you choose to leave behind? Allow yourself to sit with that question on a regular basis. And yeah, I love this about listening to intuition. Yeah. So intuition, what is that? It is the knowing before the rational mind comes in and keeps you within what you already know. Yeah. So rational mind, non-intuitive mind is not necessarily a bad thing because it helps us navigate a lot of situations. It helps us walk. It helps us talk. It helps us to walk and eat at the same time. Yeah. What it will often also do is it will stop us from going to that next level in our lives because it will keep us within the confines of the logical. Intuition, that knowing, that feeling, yeah? So for those of you who you're like, I want to be doing this work and I really want to be joining the school, and you feel that, because I know for those of you who joined the school, that's what it was. It was this feeling, it's like, yeah, I want this. The logical mind can then step in and go, but I don't have time, but it might be a lot of hard work, might not work for me. Money, it feels like a lot of money. I'm scared to invest in myself at that level. And the logical mind then kicks in and it keeps us where we are. Yeah. The truth is, when you know, when you know that something is for you in your soul journey, I'm not just talking about the school, all of the things, a relationship, a job, a change in career, a decision when it comes to your financial goals, you intuitively know the answer. Can you follow through on that before the logical, rational mind keeps you where you are? Can you find the balance between the two when it feels too scary to go full in with your intuition? And build your trust in your intuition over time. Amanda's saying my hands were covered in food as I'm cooking. I love that we are with you as you're making food, Amanda. Okay, just keeping an eye on time. So we've talked about becoming a manifestation queen. Yeah, you've got a lot more clarity around what that is. You've got your homework to be doing. I've got a few stories to share with you before we go. Don't worry, we're not finished yet. We still have some really magical things. I just want to do a summary of what we've gone over so far because we've gone over a lot. And I highly recommend you rewatch these replays. Listen to them whilst you're in the shower, whilst you're going for a poo, whilst you're brushing your teeth, whatever it is, whatever floats your boat, when you're going out for a walk, whilst you're in the gym, listen to it again, because there are so many messages that you won't hear everything. And you'll notice when you listen back again, you'll hear new stuff. And this is why doing this work consistently is really, really powerful. Yeah, keeping coming back to it and back to it. You will only hear what you're ready to hear. And you won't hear the things you're not ready to hear until you're ready to hear them. So we've talked about yoga, union, all of the things. You cannot focus on one and expect to get the results you desire, because all elements of self impact the whole. Yeah, so you want to be focusing on body, mind, and soul. So many of you know Bruce Lipton. We're not going to go too much into that. That your genes are not your destiny. That what you learned in the first 7 years of your life that programs your subconscious mind and how you see the world is not your destiny if you consciously choose to reprogram the way that you see yourself and the way that you understand possibilities. Yeah. You get to see yourself in the way that you want to see yourself when you choose to consciously program that in. If you want to see yourself as a conscious millionaire, you can become that. It is about programming that self-image in. If you want to see yourself as this, when you're 90 years old, walking down the street with the love of your life, hand in hand, having built the most incredible life together, living out in the countryside or in a jungle with monkeys, whatever it is, you get to have that. And it's about building the self-image. And Bruce Lipton, don't need to go into that. You can know these things. Yeah, I saw a post today and I actually want to speak very similarly to what this post was saying because it really resonated. I don't care how many courses you've taken, how many books you've read, how many documentaries you've watched. how many workshops and retreats you've gone to. Unless you are embodying the principles to the point that you do not question them, there is still work to be done. And that's exciting. And it's beautiful and it's magical. So we can spend thousands of hours learning the things. It's not about knowledge. You can't get there with the mind. It's about embodying that within yourself. It's about becoming it. This is where you get to manifest everything you want and some. Yeah. So I'm going to leave you with a story as to why beliefs are so powerful. And then I'll explain a little bit about tomorrow and give a very quick overview of options for joining the school, because I know that there are some of you who are like, to speak to that just very quickly. If you feel activated by the way that I teach and the things that I say, amazing. I invite you to sit with that and feel it in your body and ask yourself, oh, would I like to be doing this on a regular basis? What difference is that going to make in my life over months, over a year, if you're wanting to join for a whole year? You know, just planting that seed. So this story, I started watching again for the second time, the documentary Humans. I don't know if any of you have seen this documentary. So I was watching Humans, and it starts with all of these images of people from many different cultures looking into the camera. And it's deep. You know, my eyes welled up because it was really deep. Actually, the last guy was crying. And you really sense, because they've asked them obviously not to show an emotion on the face. And it's just like the name Humans, and then you see these faces, and it's this recognition, oh wow, the human race, the human experience. Yeah, this is like the hardest school, but fuck, we decided to do this. And the first guy who starts speaking is sharing his story, that as a child, his father would beat him, and he would find anything he could beat him with. He would use tools to beat him, like electrical cables, and I can't remember all of the other things, but he listed a number of things that his father would beat him with. And he would get to the end of the beating, and he would say two things to him that really stuck with this man and impacted him to the point that he murdered a mother and child. His father said, "This hurts me more than it hurts you, and I only do this because I love you." So as a child, he understood that love was pain. And to receive love, one must go through pain. And pain is an expression of love. And so he would test how much people loved them by their capacity to take pain from him. And the more pain they were willing to endure, it through his eyes, meant that they loved him more. And let's come back to this recognition that one of the things that drives us as human beings is the need to feel love, to experience love. Whether we are seeking that through darkness or light, all elements of self are moving us towards is the desire to be love and experience love and to know love. And so he was driven by pain and by darkness, yeah, to the point that he murdered a mother and child. This is how profound beliefs can be, our self-image can be, that it can lead us to do things that make no sense whatsoever. And this man actually learned love. This brought him to tears, and you could see that it caused him a lot of pain as he learned love from the mother and the grandmother of the two people that he'd murdered. He learned what a different type of love was, what actual love was, through this woman. And so his journey is of a human experience, because we're all here to learn love through our whatever it is we have chosen in this lifetime. And he chose to learn it through a pretty tough human experience. So why am I sharing this story with you? Because your belief around who you are, how to receive love, how to be important in this world, you get to write that story consciously yourself. You get to choose your narrative. You get to write the script. And this is what the manifestation work is truly about. It's not just visualize a boat and a house and gold. It is about understanding yourself and alchemizing all of the lead within you into gold. Okay. We've gone through a lot of deep stuff today. Okay, Sonia, darling, hello. Okay. It was wonderful you were here with us, darling. So for those of you who are wanting to just hear a little bit about the school, also for those of you who run businesses and you're wanting to see the process of selling and what aligned selling is like, I invite you to stay on. Okay. For those of you who aren't interested in the school or you're not feeling activated, then we will meet tomorrow at the same time. Okay. But I'm guessing if you're wanting to come on tomorrow, it's because you're feeling activated. So tomorrow we're going to go even deeper. And one of the things with these sessions is not necessarily about taking away a formula. It is about a frequency shift within you. And this is because of the following. A couple of zones of genius of mine. I can see within moments how a person limits themselves. It's a capacity I've had from a very young age, maybe because I'm an only child, to be able to see the stories that the people aren't saying with words, that they are speaking with their way of being, with how they breathe, with how they hold themselves, with the words that they use, and a lot of other subtle unspoken language. I have a capacity to really tap into it, including in the online sessions. Yeah. So I can see where those limitations arise from, what the story is, what the words are, what the blockages are. But it's not only that, it's something I have learned over time is to be able to speak to the power within you, to speak to something within you, that inner knowing, that inner hunger and that inner desire, that inner hunger that is ready for more and that knows that you are capable of more. And this is what these sessions are about. And this is why tomorrow is going to be even more powerful, because we're building momentum. Yeah. Because I'm speaking to the power within you. And it is then up to you to choose what to do with it afterwards, whether it's joining the school or you're going to do the work on your own, because that is when you will get the results. Yeah. So I look forward to reading your homeworks. So you have 4 options of joining the school: 3 months and 12 months. You can join us for 3 months without the VIP business money up mindset upgrade, or you can join with. You can join us for the 12 months with the upgrade and without the upgrade. And then you have one-on-one mentorship with me, but I would like you to spend a little bit of time in the school first. If we've not worked together before, I want you to be in the school for a period of time before we go into one-on-one mentorship. Yeah, because we want to set a foundation. If we work together before, fantastic. You can reach out, we can have a conversation, and we can talk about one-on-one mentorship. Yeah, but this is a very divine energy space, one-on-one mentorship. And I want you to have some foundations as you're coming in, so as to really, really maximize the power and the benefits you get from it. So one-on-one mentorship with me starts at 10,000, goes up to 20,000 if you're going for a whole year. Okay, so maybe you want to join the school for a period of time and then upgrade to the one-on-one mentorship for 6 months or 12 months. So you have that as an option. We have our anniversary prices because many of you know, 20th of this month, we completed our first year as the school. It is beautiful. As an evergreen concept, the doors are always open. So we've got anniversary prices, and this means these are prices that you are not going to see again. Okay. In fact, the prices that we offer generally are ones that you don't see again, but these ones are special. So joining without the VIP upgrades, instead of 3,333, so that's 3,333, it's 2,222. Yeah, so that's a 1,111 discount for 3 months. What the beautiful thing is, and this happens for a lot of students, is they will join for the 3 months and then they will upgrade to the year. And this is what most people do when they come into the school. What it allows you is to come into the space, realize how powerful the work is, and then believe in yourself to the point that you say, actually, I can invest in myself for a whole year. Yeah. You still get a lot of benefit from the 3 months if you choose not to do that. With the VIP upgrade, instead of 4,000, it's 2,500. Yeah. Whether or not you have a business, I recommend if you're joining for the 3 months to do it with a VIP upgrade. Yeah, because you get specialized audio coaching, you get sessions on money mindset, you get to do all of the things, and there's no limitations. Okay. 12 months in the school, instead of 10,000 without the upgrade, it's 7,000. And with the upgrade, instead of 12,000, it's 7,700. Okay, so it's massive discounts. And yes, we have monthly payment plans. Yeah, if you want to do a monthly payment plan, this is what I do with my coach. I'll pay a big chunk, and then a couple of months later, I'll pay the rest off. And I like to do it that way with her. That's also an option that we can do. Okay. Again, if you're joining for the 12 months and you're not sure about the VIP business upgrade, I highly recommend for 700 more that you go for it, whether or not you have a business, because whatever it is we're talking about is expansive. Yeah, so it's building your relationship with the job that you have, how you show up in your job. If you're a manager or you want to work towards being a manager. Yeah, so it's really powerful in that way. I'm going to share, because Fela, darling, I apologize, I didn't send you the links before our session. I'm going to share those links in the chat. Did that work? Yes, it did. Okay. Oh, you've shared something there already. Thank you, darling. Amazing. Questions, slide into my DMs. Answering the homework, slide into my DMs. I love chatting with you. Okay. Eva's saying thank you, hugs, keep it up. Evita. Fidiz is saying see you tomorrow, or replay if I'm well and need to work. Thank you so much. XOXO. Those are the only comments I can see. If I've not read yours out, it's because I can't see it. Ida's saying thank you again, Rachel. Thank you, darling. I love you all. Lots and lots and lots. Tomorrow's going to be magical. I'm already looking forward to sharing it with you. We will let you know the bonus times ASAP of the 1 or 2 extra sessions. So look out for those and have a nice evening.